Hi, I'm Kezia. I'm going to lead you today in a dynamic yoga flow. This is a series of postures I frequently use with my kids' yoga classes, but it's good for everybody. We're going to start lying on the belly. So please settle yourself down on your belly. And scoot your right leg out to the side. So your thigh is at a right angle with your body, and your shin is at a right angle with your thigh. And then turn your head to the left. Arms come up by the head, palms on the floor. This is called half frog pose, and it's a passive stretch. You're just gonna lie here and breathe. Taking some deep breaths and allowing yourself to fully arrive here on your yoga mat. Letting yourself become more present in this moment. Then scoot your right leg down next to your left. Slide your left leg out into a similar position with the thigh at a right angle to the body and the shin at a right angle to the thigh. Turn your head to the right. And again, breathe and relax. And then scoot your left leg down. Turn your chin to the floor. Slide your hands in right under your shoulders. For everything that we do today, please do what feels right in your body. If anything doesn't feel right, you can back off or just skip it entirely. So chin is on the floor, scoot your legs in close to each other with the tops of the feet on the floor. Fold your elbows in close to your sides. Bring a little squeeze to your buttocks, then inhale in, lift your chest. Letting your upper body come up without really pressing into your hands. And then come down again as you exhale. So maintain a little squeeze in the buttocks, inhaling as you lift. Exhaling as we lower. Warming up for Cobra pose. This time, come up and hold. So you may just want to hold right here, or if it works in your body, press your hands into the floor, arching up some more. Shoulders stay relaxed. We tend to want to sneak up here, but keep them down. Elbows in close. Think of lengthening your spine into the posture. Take a few breaths. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, come down slowly. Then turn your head to the left, bring your arms up by your head, bend your knees, and let your legs go slowly side to side like windshield wipers. Let your legs come down, scoot them in close to each other, bring your arms down to 747 position, like a third of the way out from your legs, palms on the floor. Turn your chin to the floor again. This time as you inhale, reach into your toes and your chest, lifting your legs and upper body. The hands and belly stay down. Exhale down again. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale down. This time come up and hold. Reaching into your toes, lifting your chest. If it works for you, lift your arms and roll your shoulders back. Keep your neck in line with your spine. So you're probably looking at the floor as opposed to out in front of you. Breathe to your belly. If you breathe deeply here, your body will rock a little bit. This is boat pose. Think of a boat rocking gently on the water. Take one more breath. And come down. Bring your arms up by your head. Turn your head to the right. Bend your knees again. And this time, kind of make a circle with your lower legs. We call this the car wash. And then go the other way. And then let your legs come down. Scoot them in close to each other. Bring your left arm up by your ear. Turn your head to the right. Bend your right knee. Reach back with your right hand for your right foot and draw that foot in towards your butt. You're probably feeling a stretch in the front of your thigh. You can deepen the stretch by pressing your hips into the floor. Take a breath. Release as you exhale. Bring your right arm up by your ear. Turn your head to the left. Bend your left knee. Reach back with your left hand for your foot. Pull your foot in towards your butt. And again, if you'd like a deeper stretch here, press your hips into the floor. Hold for a few breaths. Deep breath and release. Bring your hands under your chin, looking out in front of you for a sec. These are warm-ups for what's called bow pose. We're going to try that now. So the legs are close to each other. Bring your chin down again. Bend your knees. Reach back with each hand for a foot on each side. Pull your feet in close to each other. Press your hips into the floor and then lift your chest like you would for Cobra. Arching up with your upper body. Shoulders are rolled back, and then see if you can also lift your thighs. Breathe to your belly here. And you may rock again in this pose. Take one more breath, and then release completely, and come around to child pose. So hands come under the shoulders, bring your hips back toward your heels, let your upper body come down in front. Your knees can be together or apart here. Forehead on the floor, or some people prefer to fold their arms to support their head. But we're releasing the lower back, so the focus should be on pressing your hips back towards your heels. Anytime we do a pose that doesn't feel right for you, for whatever reason, child pose is a great alternative if that feels good to you. Come on up to hands and knees, table position. Spread your fingers wide of your hands below your shoulders, knees below your hips. Moving into dog and cat stretches, let your belly drop down, lift your tailbone and chest, and then the opposite, around your back. Pull your belly in, let your head and neck relax. So inhaling, your belly drops. Exhaling, your back rounds and your belly lifts. Continue back and forth. And then the next time you round your back up, hold there, pull your belly in, press down with your hands, let your head and neck relax, and take a couple breaths. And as you exhale, return to a neutral, flat back. Then press your hips to the right and look over your right shoulder, making a C shape with your spine. Come to center, hips to the left. Look over your left shoulder. Go slowly, side to side. And then after your next time to the left, come back to rest in the center. We call this one the peanut butter jar. So let your belly drop down, then press your torso to the right, round your back up, press your torso to the left, a slow circular motion. So it's like you're inside a jar of peanut butter and it's almost empty and you're using your body to scrape out what's left. If you don't like peanut butter, you can substitute any other condiment you like. When you're ready, go the other way. Try to touch every point of the circle as you go around, and you want to go slowly for the best stretch. Come back to rest with your back in a neutral position, then bring your hips back towards your heels, let your upper body come down. Resting again in child pose. And come on up and around to a seated position. We're going to extend the legs wide apart. Press into your heels, have your hands on the floor in front of you. Round your back and look down. Then lift your chest and look ahead, going back and forth. Round and lift. So it's the same dog and cat kind of movement for your back in a different position. Next time you lift out in front of you, hold there. Extend from your sitting bones to your chest, lengthening your spine, then see if you can bring your hands forward a step without rounding your back. So lengthen as you inhale. Maybe bring your hands out a little as you exhale, and maybe not. If your body doesn't do that, or if you have to bend your knees a lot to make this happen, back up. Do less. As long as you're feeling a stretch, you're doing fine. Deep breath. This time round forward, pull your belly in, let your head and neck relax, and take a few more deep breaths. So we're just letting the body relax into the stretch at its own pace. You don't have to pull yourself there or force yourself there. You're just letting your body relax into the structure you've created with your arms and legs. When you're ready to release, start to walk your hands back. Bend your knees and bring the soles of your feet together. Take hold of your ankles. Pull your feet in closer to your body. Press your knees out toward the floor. Then lengthen your spine and lift your chest. Relax your shoulders. Your knees press downward. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, round your back. Let your head fall forward. So you're slouching here as much as you can and leaning backward almost to the point of tipping, but see if you can avoid actually tipping. If you can relax here, you may feel a nice stretch in the upper back and shoulders. Then lift your chest, lengthen your spine, let your feet slide out a few inches, turn your palms up. Try placing your hands under your legs, or if it works for you, the arms can go under, and maybe you can fold your hands under your feet. It'll help your back to stretch here if you engage your abdominal muscles and pull your belly in. And then relax forward. Some people can get their forehead to rest in this little bowl that the feet are making, and that feels really nice, but avoid pulling yourself into that position. Instead, take a few deep breaths. And each time you exhale, let your body relax a little more into the stretch. This is a warm-up for tortoise pose. So maybe we'll call this baby tortoise. Let your head come up slowly. And then we're going to take hold of the inside of the right foot, place the left hand on the floor, and see how much you can extend your right leg. Point the toes if that works for you. Work on straightening that leg. Release, same thing on the other side. Point your toes, extend your left leg. And release. And now see if you can balance on your sacrum, holding each foot. Continue to breathe. If you lift your chest, it will help you with your balance, also engaging your core, so your abdominal muscles and your lower back. That'll help with balance here too. And you may want to challenge yourself more by maintaining your balance and straightening the legs. Now again, lifting the chest, engaging the core helps a lot here with balance. Plus it's really fun. Take a breath and release. And we're going to come around to hands and knees. I'm going to turn my mat. And I'm going to adjust my camera. Hi. Okay, maybe a little bit more. So, for some lunges, some people like to use blocks. A lot of people don't have blocks at home. You can get some books to lift your hands from the floor if need be. Let's bring the right foot forward. You can have flat hands. Some people tent their fingers instead. Then lunge forward into your right leg. You want to end up with your knee directly over your ankle. If it's out in front of your ankle like this, you don't get as good of a stretch, and it's not so good for your joints. So play around with the position of your foot so that you get a straight line here, and let go through your hips, letting them release forward. Breathe deeply. If you'd like more challenge, try bringing your right arm up and looking up. Take a breath and come down again with your right hand. Keep your hands on the floor. Bring your hips backward, starting to straighten your front leg and lower your nose towards your knee. Then releasing, bring that leg back. Bring your left foot forward. And again, lunge forward, check your alignment, make sure your knee is right over your ankle. Let go through your hips. Your neck is in line with your spine. Take a few breaths. Top of the foot is on the floor and back. If it works for you, bring your left arm up and look up. Keep the hips releasing forward into the lunge. And sweep that arm down, fingertips to the floor, come back with your hips, straighten your front leg, lower your nose toward your knee. And bring your left leg back next to your right. Return to child pose. Hips come back toward the heels. Upper body comes down in the front. And just rest for a few breaths. Come back up to hands and knees, preparing for downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes. Take a breath, and as you exhale, lift your hips, straighten your legs, come up on tiptoes. Then bend your right knee slightly, press your left heel toward the floor, press into the back of the left knee to deepen the stretch. Come up to tiptoes and switch. Bend your left knee slightly, press your right heel down. Again to tiptoes and press both heels down. Press your hands firmly into the floor. Press your hips away from your hands, lengthening your spine. Your belly moves towards your thighs, your sitting bones tilt up. Head is right between the arms. Take a few breaths here. And bend your knees a little. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet. When your heels come to the floor, bend your knees some more. Bring your palms to your thighs. Press your hands into your legs to lift your upper body and straighten from there. Shoulders lift. Roll back and around. Come into mountain pose with your feet as close together as feels comfortable. Have them parallel to each other. Just rock a little bit in place, getting a feel for the floor. Then let your feet settle into the floor. Slight bend in the knees, little squeeze in the buttocks. Lengthen your spine, relax your shoulders. Let me adjust the camera again. Now, let your arms come out to your sides, up by your ears. Turn your palms to face each other, or interlace your fingers and point your index fingers up. Reach for the ceiling, and then arch your upper body to the right. Have your hips and shoulders square to the front. They tend to want to go around the corner, but don't let them. Think of lengthening your spine into the posture. Take a couple breaths. Inhale, now lift up, reach for the ceiling and arch to the other side. Again, hips and shoulders are square to the front. Lengthen your spine into the pose. Take some deep breaths. Lift up, reach up, let your arms come down slowly to the sides. Then bring your hands into gentle fists behind your hips. Roll your shoulders back, press your elbows toward each other, bring a little squeeze to your buttocks, then inhale, lengthen your spine and lift your chest, and as you exhale, see if you can bring your hips forward a little without straining your back. Maintain a little squeeze in the butt, lengthening your spine as you inhale, maybe bringing your hips forward as you exhale. Then lift your chest and lengthen your spine. Bring your arms out and up by your ears. Reach for the ceiling. Come forward with a flat back if you can. If it's better for you to come down with a rounded back, you can just slide your hands down the fronts of your legs. Either way, come over to a forward bend. Taking hold of your legs or feet wherever it works for you. Look at your knees. Take hold of the fronts of your legs just above or below your knees, holding on. Straighten your arms, lift your chest, look out in front of you. Then bend your elbows, round your back, look at your knees. Inhale up. Exhale down. And again. Come up and hold this time. Extend from your sitting bones to your chest, lengthening your spine. Head and neck relaxed. Take a couple breaths. And round down again, looking at your knees. Bend your knees a little, palms to your thighs. Press your hands into your legs to lift your upper body, then straighten from there. Your shoulders roll back and around. Pause and take a deep breath. We're going to do a couple rounds of sun salutation. This is a series of postures that flow together. When I do it with kids, we add some claps to the beginning and end of the pose. So you can clap along if you want to. Come to the front of your mat. Bring your hands into prayer position at your heart to begin. Then let your arms come down, out to the sides, all the way up and clap. Then arch back. Lift up again, come forward with a flat back down to a forward bend. Bend your knees slightly, fingertips to the floor. Take a really big step back with your right foot and lunge into your left leg. Flatten your hands, shifting your weight into them, and step your left foot back next to your right. Lower your butt for plank. Knees down, tops of the feet down. Come back into child pose. And staying close to the floor, bend your elbows, let your upper body come forward, belly and hips come down, and press up into Cobra, keeping the elbows in close to the sides. Down again. Tuck your toes, come up to hands and knees. Lift your hips, straighten your legs, heels toward the floor for down dog. Either bend your knees to the floor, step your right foot between your hands, or lift your left knee, or just take a big step forward with your right foot. Push off with your back foot, step it up to meet the front one, look at your knees. Sweep your arms out in front of you, reach all the way up, arch back, come up and clap. Arms come down to the sides and around to prayer position. Pause for a couple of breaths. We'll do one more round, leading with the left leg. So return to the front of your mat. Let your arms come down to your sides and out and all the way up. Reach up and clap. Arch back. Come up again and come forward with a flat back and down to a forward bend. Fingertips to the floor, bend your knees a little big. Step back with your left foot, lunge into your right leg. Flatten your hands, shifting your weight there as you step your right foot back next to your left. Then lower your butt for plank. Knees down, tops of the feet down, come back into child pose. Bend your elbows, let your upper body slide forward, belly and hips come down, press up into Cobra. And down again, tuck your toes, come up to hands and knees. Lift your hips, straighten your legs, press your heels toward the floor for down dog. Either bend your knees to the floor, then step your left foot between your hands, or just step your left foot between your hands and lunge. Lift the back knee if it's down. Push off with the back foot, step it up to meet the front one. Look at your knees. Sweep your arms out in front of you, reach up, arch back, reach up again. Your arms come down to the sides and around to prayer position. Pause for a couple of breaths. And then release. We're going to do a balance pose next. Some people like to be within reach of the wall or something stable to hold on for balances. That's up to you. We're going to do eagle pose. So start by standing on your right leg and focus your eyes on a stationary point, something that's not going to move. Then wrap your left leg around your right, bending both knees a little. So both legs are engaged here. You can even squeeze your legs together a little bit. Lengthen your spine, relax your shoulders. Some people are content to stay right here for eagle pose. That may be the case for you. If you'd like to do more, bring your arms out. Right arm under the left. Bend your elbows. Turn your palms to face each other, and then if you can, clasp your hands. Keep your eyes focused on a stationary point and see if you can maintain your balance. Eagle pose. A fun way to release eagle is to take off and land. Pause for a breath. Let your weight come into your left leg. Keep your eyes focused on a stationary point. Wrap the right leg around it, bending both knees. Little squeeze to keep the legs together. Maybe you just hold here, lifting your chest, arms straight. Or maybe you bring your left arm under your right, bend your elbows, turn your palms to face each other and clasp your hands. The chest is lifted and you're breathing. And then when you're ready to release, take off and land. Take a breath. Come down into a squatting pose if you can and twist a little, one knee forward, one knee back. This will help to release your back. And we're heading down to resting pose next. So from here, come on down to your back. Bring your knees into your chest, one hand on each knee, and make some circles with your knees. And then go the other way. And then slide your hands in with the palms on the floor, right under your hips. And if it works for you, extend your legs straight up. Legs close together with the toes pointed. Relax your neck. Take a few breaths. Press into your heels and the backs of your knees. Keep your legs close together. Keep your neck relaxed. And bend your knees into your chest. Lift your arms out from under you. Wrap your arms around your legs, hugging them in. Lengthen out the back of your neck and just rock a little, side to side on your lower back. Maybe rolling your head side to side if that feels good. If there's any other stretches you'd like to do before you rest, you might pause the video and take a little time on your own to stretch. Otherwise, as you feel ready, stretch out into resting pose. Either lying flat or with your knees bent and your feet on the floor. Your arms can be out to your sides a little with the palms turned up, eyes closed. And just take a few deep breaths. Feeling the support of the floor beneath you, letting your body release into that support, letting go of all effort. Nothing left to do right now, no place else you need to be for the next few minutes, but right here. Taking this time to rest, to integrate the work you've done, and to absorb the benefits of the work. Going within, finding a still, quiet, peaceful place, and letting yourself just float there, completely at ease, just resting. As you feel ready, you can begin to release resting pose. Maybe taking in a deep breath or stretching a little bit, maybe rolling to one side. Take your time. Take all the time you need to find your way back up. Om Shanti. Thanks so much for doing yoga with me today.